Okay, ladies, here we are. This is our sixth grade social studies team meeting. Starting off the new year, there's a few things that we needed to start out our meeting with. Meeting started promptly at 2:30. The social studies sixth grade team meeting that we had yesterday, some of the highlights that we talked about was trying to get our sixth graders organized. And some of the ways that we talked about organizing them was making sure that they had the right supplies and they were bringing a spiral every day and making sure they had their own pencils and all that kind of stuff. Another thing we also talked about was how important communication was with our parents. Not right now. I'm recording right now. You just leave it right there. Thank you. How important it is to communicate with our parents. We're going to do that through a couple of ways. The first way is through a weekly newsletter, which I'm going to send out every week, and I think we all agree that was very positively received in past years. And the other way we're going to do that is through the Edmodo program that we use, and Debbie, you're going to continue to do that. Yes. Send that out, do weekly updates or daily updates, however it's needed. The second order of business we needed to talk about was lesson plans. As a department, we're required to communicate our lesson plans with the administration, and Pam's going to continue to do that just as she did last year in submitting those on a weekly basis. And we'll have our planning meetings, every week, and kind of do those ahead of time, so she makes sure she has all that information in a couple weeks before the lessons occur. What our goal today is here is to go ahead and plan out the activities that we want to do with our kiddos for the next couple weeks. So we're going to look at our new textbook, our McGraw-Hill book that we're going to be incorporating, and looking at our previous lessons from last year and try and come up with something that's going to work for this year. So the first thing we did last year after we got through our advisory day was to, I did on that first day is go through the PowerPoint of our classroom rules, and I think we all have that. If you don't have one, I can send you what I used and you can edit and do whatever you want to do for it. I just was editing mine today, so that's good to show them. It kind of sets the foundation of what the kids, your expectations of the kids in your classroom. So I think we can all agree on Tuesday, that's what we'll put in there. Wednesday, I had down that we started doing that world wrap. So we all agree we want to continue to do that as well.
But you know what I'm wondering, that's kind of like what Pam said she did on Fridays.
Okay. So
the only reason I'm thinking about that is because sometimes on Wednesday you get there and it hasn't changed yet.
Okay, that's true.
And it's really it's really nice to have that special day on Friday.
On Friday, yeah.
World Wrap is a little video clip on Discovery Education that kind of summarizes the world events that occurred that week on a kid's level to where they kind of understand. And then what these gals did last year is had the kids write a little 1 or 2 sentence summary, and I'm going to do that this year as well because I think it's important that they do more writing in their ISN, and you can have them do it in there, and then that could be one of the things that you check for when you grade. And if they don't do it, then
they really like them. It's on Discovery Ed, and it's like a girl, like it's a kid saying, like a teenager read.
Something on their level.
And the whole thing is like 3 to 4 minutes long,
Okay,
and they just kind of do those snippets, little
I like
unbiased
the idea of that on
things.
Friday, kind of.
Yeah, and they like it. If you don't do it, they're going, "There's something wrong. What happened this week?" They really love it.
So Tuesday, regular, routines, procedures.
yeah,
And
procedures.
then what'd you say about Wednesday?
Well, that's what she and I did it last
Oh.
year, but I think we need to move the world up to Friday like Pam did it, because sometimes they're not always ready
Yeah.
for you on Wednesdays.
Okay.
We also did a planner scavenger
Yeah, I have
to
that.
discuss the planner.
Yeah.
I put that on Tuesday, and that's just gonna depend.
But did we do it Tuesday because we had Tuesday advisory? Did you do it, you did it in social studies, the planner scavenger hunt?
I just have planner scavenger hunt.
Well, no, I did
Project
it
on
for
the board.
Tuesday for this year, because last year we had advisory all day on Tuesday.
Right,
So what I did Wednesday, I'm moving up to Tuesday.
so you did a planner scavenger hunt in social studies?
On Wednesday last year.
Just for social studies.
Plan.
Yeah, it was Wednesday.
Yeah, we did it on Wednesday last
But
year.
now you're moving it.
But
to
we
Tuesday.
projected it, so we didn't have a copy for everybody. I had projected on the board.
Cause there's the maps in there, there's stuff that they can
Oh, okay, I saw that.
use.
But do
And
we
just
have
my-
one that's
What my
geared-
expectations are for them in my class.
Okay, I don't know.
So we can focus on the planner
Okay.
on Wednesday.
Yeah, okay, so planners. The planner.
So we have to create a new one though.
Well, it might
right?
be the same pattern.
Pardon this interruption. I need the following teachers to meet in the counselor conference room at 2:45. Ms. Martinez, Sophia Shea, Martha Adams, Dora Magnosia, and Andrea Smith. If you'll join us in the counselor conference room at 2:45. Haley Martinez, Ms. Shea, Ms. Adams, Ms. Dora, Ms. Magnosia, and Andrea Smith. Thank you.
You just have to go down there and do your things and you have to come back.
Well, and actually, before I go, I was gonna say, I also had, there's no time, because we need to go over the spiral, how we're gonna set up the spiral and the supplies, so really, the planner scavenger hunt could be on Wednesday, because I know we won't have time to get all that in.
So, okay, so when were we gonna do I can't remember things, but.
So
Should
what
we
I
set up
have
the
is
spiral?
advisory all day on Monday. On
Right.
Tuesday, we have advisory schedule, whatever we're doing in advisory. And then for Tuesday, I put collect learning styles cards. I need them before they lose them. We need to
Right,
collect them
that's
before they
true.
lose them. And then I'm gonna have my students write their name on a popsicle stick, and I will have a coordinating color, or I will, note that it's a certain color. I might have to change the colors depending on popsicle sticks. I do believe the popsicle sticks had all the colors though. White would be a plain one.
White's a multi, isn't it?
But
Yeah,
she
but
said
every
try to make the colors from the box to what the cards the kids have.
Yeah.
The green.
And so
Those
in
are
my,
just basic
so when I
colors.
call on them, that's gonna help me with grouping kids.
Purple or something.
There's
Oh,
purple,
is there purple?
there's a purple, there's pink or red,
Which one do you want?
yellow. Yeah, I think it did have all the colors. But anyway, so,
Okay,
and
so
then
collect
going
their cards,
over.
but they're doing those cards Monday in advisory, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna collect those, classroom procedures.
And then, and that's gonna take most of the time.
That will.
Yeah, that's a lot.
We may be able to get to the spiral and supplies.
And the spiral is your ISC.
Correct.
Is that what?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, that's okay, so
And here's my
ISM,
stuff, if you want to look at it.
and then anything that we don't cover on Tuesday can dump over on Wednesday.
So on Tuesday, we're gonna mention, if you have your spiral, bring them Wednesday, are we gonna try to set them up Wednesday? No,
No,
that's too early.
Yeah,
Uh-uh.
that'd probably be.
I don't
too
think
much.
we set anything up.
Probably not till the following Monday. I feel like we gave them another weekend to get all their supplies or something.
Yeah, we did culture, what is it, listening guide, and took a grade on that. That's probably something that we can just stick in their spot.
Okay, so then on Wednesday, we've got the planner
Planner
scavenger
scavenger
hunt.
hunt. Uh-huh.
And what else?
I didn't have anything else written down, and I had textbook scavenger hunt on Thursday.
Yeah, so I think that's what we did do, and now,
We won't have one textbooks, right?
no.
We won't have any books, so we're gonna have to do something else.
Not
Yes.
even access to the online book.
Yeah, it wasn't within that class.
Well, can we
Um,
take them down, can we go into the computer lab? And take them down there and get them logged in for the electronic book?
I think that'll depend on when we actually get those, we don't know, like, he thinks we'll have the numbers this week, what if we don't?
Okay.
So maybe, well, I can go ahead, reserve the lab just in case, and then just have a backup.
Is it not the same way? Is that what that was?
They made it sound like you
No.
can't just log in there and get it anymore.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like, okay, they said, what's her name, Baysinger is gonna be the,
So we have to email?
they didn't really
That's a lot
kind
of work.
they didn't really
Wait for
say
Joyce to read it
all
and Joyce to
what.
call back?
but they said Baysinger is the person.
The go-to person
Yeah, for the labs,
labs.
like you can't go in anymore, like we used to.
Okay, so I need to email her right now and tell her that we want the lab for Thursday.
I would shoot for Thursday.
When you don't feel like-
And if we can't get the lab, maybe we get some iPads.
And do we do that through Joyce too, or is that through the
I
library?
That's
think
the
that's
library.
still library.
That's Stephanie.
Is that, okay, so we don't know, we won't know until Joyce responds, and in the meantime, the library could say,
So if the library, or if the library just says, yeah, just go ahead and get them.
yeah, but are we gonna know if they, okay, here's my concern. Are we gonna even know if they have permission to be on the computer yet by Thursday?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we can't do that.
We
No,
can't do that that early, we don't even know, because the forms won't even be processed yet.
That's a good point.
Maybe we can do an Atlas scavenger.
We can make up something.
I don't know, I don't wanna, I made these to do just for something different to do in groups. I don't know what, she was gonna throw this in here, but
What about another student survey? I mean, I know they're doing that learning style one, but can we just give an informative student survey to get to know your kids? They said spend the first week.
Yeah,
yeah.
Getting
something,
to know-
something.
Why don't we do
like
that?
culture, you know,
Yeah, that is culture.
Yeah, like, tell us about
Where are you
yourself,
from?
your family, your traditions.
What do you like to eat? Traditions in your home?
Yeah.
I mean,
And
we're
that could
not,
end up leading to the,
we're not introducing all those words yet, but we can still start talking about them.
okay, you know how like the culture, what is it, thing has that one video that we watched?
See, I have a student survey in here. I think I did this last year.
The social studies?
I have it in my book. Complete the following phrases, first thing that comes to mind. I like to eat at. If I were a teacher, I would.
So that one, so do we want, that one's more like general,
And
kinda sounds like, or do we
Uh-huh.
wanna do something more geared social, like, could there, like, kind of culture? I mean, I don't know, what do y'all think?
Either one. And then I had, when we take them on the tour and they come back, they answer this. This is where music fills the air.
Yeah, those are those.
Remember
advisory
those?
days.
Well, we can make copies of that.
So we can do,
Can do the textbook.
okay. You guys
We
do
did
that.
Blank is Awesome, remember? They put their name and they had to come up with their top
Oh,
three
yeah,
goals.
what's his face with Eric?
Eric Bosnick, yeah.
Oh,
What am I most looking forward to in sixth grade? How can I contribute to the team?
We had to make those awesome strips for out there, so that's what we do, instead of doing it in advisory, why don't we just do that in social studies? The B thing,
Yeah,
where I put
explain,
B out there.
explain what
I
you.
saw it
yeah, I
on,
was
I saw it on
wondering.
Pinterest,
okay.
so it's like B and then they come up with words like awesome, responsible,
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
That's-
So Thursday, why don't we have them do a, get to know you survey, we'll find one.
And then we
And
can do
then
the Eric-
the B,
yeah, Eric's,
Okay,
I am awesome.
awesome, and then we just, it'll be a B thing, like B, and then pick one of those a character trait. They
Okay,
can't
so
use awesome,
student
we'll use
survey.
awesome as an example, and then they can't say awesome.
And then we'll call it B.
Okay, that's Thursday?
Yeah.
Okay, so Thursday is gonna be the,
Student survey. Blank. How's it gonna be written? B what? You're gonna use
it
that?
just says B, and then
Some-
they'll come up with like
We need to show them a,
special,
Some.
well, there was one on Pinterest, but I hate when they pick the words. Like, they'll just
Yeah,
copy one
yeah,
from there, that's why I don't like to give an example.
so maybe just talk about it.
Like
and-
brainstorm words
Yeah.
about character traits that are happy, just, what are those
So,
called? They're
Adjectives?
I was just
right?
gonna say, we say
They're
character traits,
adjectives, right?
we usually tell them ALA, adjective character traits are generally describing words.
Yeah, describing words.
Happy, crazy, funny.
So words that maybe describe you in 6th grade that are appropriate, and that would be uplifting or something, you know,
Positive.
yeah, like positive words.
Okay, so we'll do that Thursday. And then Friday, we
Yeah,
can be
that'll
back
be
on
great.
track like we were last year, and introduce that 5 fields of social studies. We'll have advisory. We have
We still
advisory
have
all these days.
Every day, right?
Yeah. So
God, I was on
advisory.
downstairs and upstairs.
Now, 5 fields of social studies,
What's that?
was that on a PowerPoint?
No,
No.
you think after 20 years I know this. I put made for 2014, didn't do but wanted to.
I think that's a PowerPoint, and they'll take notes in their ISN.
I have.
We can do the ISN that day too, and have them set it up, and that'll be the first thing.
Laura Chan, King of
Friday?
Teaching
Yeah.
Resources.
So we'll show them World Wrap. We'll set up the ISN and leave space for warm-ups. And I think we'll set the warm-up pages like we talked with Pam, or we do like 4 on
Yeah,
a side.
I'll do 4
Cause
squares.
we're only gonna do Tuesday through Friday anyway.
Perfect, I'll do 4 squares.
Yeah, here's a PowerPoint I put used in 2013. I don't know what we ended up doing last year, but maybe we didn't. I just never took the sticky out. But it's some kind of PowerPoint
Yeah,
with like
We'll
puzzle
find it.
pieces on it.
we'll send it to you. 5 fields of social studies. And that's basically what I have up over there. Location,
Oh, okay.
movement, place, region, human environment.
No, that's geography.
Oh, did I put the wrong? Okay, I'm 1 unit ahead. That's right.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, culture, geography, government, economics, history.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. It's all coming back, it's all coming back.
It was called, we called them strands, and then something, the text, the
Trait.
district changed it to
Okay, set it up
fields
again.
or something,
Right.
so.
Culture,
Or maybe they call them
geography.
strands.
Government, and these are pretty much our units this first few weeks of school.
Okay.
And they go in this order: culture, geography, government, economics, and then, history, but we don't,
We don't break history apart,
no,
but.
we don't break that.
Well, I'm gonna see what this is because I don't remember, but it's a hands-on, I made bags, so maybe we have the baggies in our file cabinets. So I
Okay.
put made for 2014, didn't do, but wanted to, baggies are in the file cabinet.
Oh, good, okay.
And it's something like, it looks like they're matching
The definition
the
with the card.
definition with the cards.
Good. Okay, Debbie, you're on.
And there's a website on that, so I can. Thank goodness I didn't copyright, it's still on there. Thank you,
Thank
Laura,
God.
Laura
Thank God.
Candler.
Right, make sure it stays on there, so I'm gonna copyright it.
No. Okay, so then on the 31st, Monday the 31st, we're not at Labor Day yet, right? Labor Day's the
Think
next
it's
week. Okay. We were off on September 1st last week.
Oh, the other thing I was saying, I'm gonna do this in preview. I don't know, one of these days we'll probably have to have a filler, but it's named those initials, so it's like, it's just like a fun thing, so SNL, Saturday Night Live, OPEC, organization, so I don't know how, if they're,
Are they gonna know 'em?
well, they'll work together, and I figure I'll just, whatever team, whatever. But there's like SNL, LBJ, and then next to it gives them a thing like it's a person, GOP, KFC, FBI, CIA.
Okay, well, if there's anything that needs to be copied, give it to me so we can. Let me
I don't know,
copy
I'll
this.
probably only do it in pre-AP, but I think that they'll like to be able to see if they can come up with it without using their electronic devices.
Okay, and you have no pre-AP classes, right? No, good for you.
I don't know.
I'm not real sure.
You know what, World Trade Organization, I mean, a lot of these are social studies words.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this front to back, student survey,
I don't need
Yeah,
any of
for
those,
pre-AP.
cause I still
You don't
have
need
some
any
of
of
those, I made
these?
some of those for me last year and didn't use it, so I have
Okay.
those.
We're gonna have to figure out, before I turn copies in, how many copies everybody needs. Cause we're gonna need new
I'll
slips.
just say 90.
Huh?
I have 30 and then I have 20, but we always run out of,
I ain't gonna look at
people always steal them, so we lose them.
Okay, so,
Just put 90 for me on, and I only need,
okay,
them.
wait.
I'm only gonna need
Hanson.
pre-AP, so if we ever do anything
So-
different, I don't need anything else.
So you're gonna need 90, and that's all you're gonna need. Okay, Dora, she has two
Two pre-AP, so say
pre-AP, so
60.
there's 60, and then she has 4 regular. So 4 times, she probably needs 120.
yeah.
Okay, then Ingle, that's me, I have 3 pre-AP, so I'm at 90, and then I have 3 regular, so 3, then I have 90 there. And then you've got 4, Law has 4 regular,
So just do 120.
120, there we go. Okay.
Probably won't run out of copies.
Well, I wonder if they're gonna make those little things again.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I have some left, but, okay. So I'll work on that later. I need to take our planning time to do that. Okay, then I have us down again, in the computer lab going over the Emoto codes with them.
Oh.
And then they watch that culture, what is it, in the computer lab.
That's week 2.
This is on,
On
this would be
Monday?
on Monday the 31st.
Let me see if I can get a bunch of jokes, so that we can do it. This shit's responding, like, this is not gonna work, people. But you go to
Okay, this
plan,
one. Where's my clean copy of this?
when you're planning before, you know right away, when you're in the middle of planning, whether you can have a computer lab or not. You're not having to wait for somebody to tell you that it's open or closed.
We gotta figure out why. Do you have a clean one of these?
In the same way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a key.
Here.
And that's another thing, we'll get you the copy and we'll write out the key for you, so you have it.
Okay, thank you.
Cause you don't wanna do all the work. Okay, so tentatively, I guess we can say the computer lab on Monday the 31st?
Yeah, as long as we can get it, and then, so, we have a backup plan if we don't get a lab. If we don't get a
If we don't, we just can't do it in Moto, but we could still show the culture, what is it, right, through our computers, right?
Or could you do?
Yeah, because it's on Discovery Ed.
Yeah.
So the backup plan would be, we just couldn't do it in Moto
Stay in
in
our
there,
room.
we just do the culture, what is it thing. Which that would probably tie in with, oh no, that's H Chance of Social Studies, never mind. Never mind.
What do you call it, culture what?
The title of the video is Culture, What Is
What
It?
is it?
Culture what?
And you can write Discovery Ed. Okay, then I have down that we watch that silent one on a TV in the hall.
I think we're just gonna have to skip that. I don't think we're gonna be able to do that, we're gonna have to come up with something else.
Cause is that what the copyright one was?
Yeah, cause that one wasn't even that, yeah. And
So-
then I checked with National Geographic and they don't make that anymore.
Okay, then, we caught them copy definitions in their ISN, culture, trade, culture, region,
The same day.
that same day. So, definitions. And I think on PG, what is that, the lesson plan stuff, I think there's a PowerPoint, culture, trade, culture, region. I'm gonna look for that on my computer, if I find it, I'll send that out. And for the.
So is it 8:31 when we needed them, was Monday's date?
Yes.
8:31, sixth grade social studies. are we gonna do that much for? Wait, what are your social studies? I just thought about that. What if we,
Yeah, when,
I think it's some in the morning, and from me, just remember the schedule, ELA kinda in the middle, and then social studies.
I wonder what period we overlap. Oh Lord, we have to overlap one of them.
when do you go to lunch, Debbie?
I think I have to send lunches around planning.
Oh.
Because my 8th grades are 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm sending it to her. We'll see what happens. It says 6th grade social studies is all through labs on a Monday. I'll just,
Okay, here's what,
I'm guessing it's all.
What do you have?
okay, first, second, first and second social studies,
Then you're off, right?
okay. Yeah, let's
You're off
see.
third?
Are y'all third?
No. Oh, yeah, we're up for it, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I don't see it 3 on here.
So
And then-
while you're
1, 2 social studies, and then, yeah, that ELA is in the middle, 5, 6.
what do you have 4?
I mean, not 5, 6, sorry, yeah, 4 and 5.
ELA,
Yeah.
and then 6 and
6 and
7.
7.
Social studies.
Okay, so our overlapping is gonna be, wow, we have 2 overlapping in first and second. But hopefully those are small enough to where we can just divide kids up into whatever labs we'll have. I think we have like 18 point kids. So we
Oh,
can
those are
just-
small classes, yeah.
Which
Yeah.
classes? Are
First
first
and
and second
second
are
are
small.
not very big.
I just wanna make sure we wouldn't end up to where we have to have
Another
another
lab.
day for another
I didn't think
lab
about that, cause now there's 4 of us.
yeah. So we'll probably be able to squeeze 3 teachers into the down to the labs downstairs.
So, are y'all, okay, so what's small? Y'all saying y'all's the first
Our
period
first and
are-
second periods are small, our 4th
What's
periods
small?
are the ones that are class size.
4th period is.
Like what numbers? Like
Like
I'm.
18 or something.
Maybe I guess y'all.
Well, can I have pre-AP?
Oh, okay.
I think I have like, same, it's under 20 for sure.
Okay, yeah, fine for 30.
So yeah, so even if yours is big, then we can, number wise, we should be able to
I
still
have
cram into
16
3 computer
First period is
labs.
20 and second period.
Yeah.
My biggest class has 24 kids, 26.
Oh,
Period 4.
lucky you. Anna has 32 in her.
But I
period.
have, in 4th period, that Melody's in there with me.
Oh, that's right, because Pam and I both have pre-AP, that's why ours are huge that period.
So how many pre-AP classes?
There are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Your books weigh 5 pounds each. 8 books, 45 pounds.
Wow.
You need a team just for that?
Oh, God. More than 5 pounds. 8 times 5 is 40, right?
Maybe they won't want them then, we'll put in the newsletter that they also.
They weigh
They
too
weigh
much.
They weigh
5.2 pounds.
Each, and your kid will have,
More great
and your
books.
child will have to haul them back and forth.
I'm telling y'all.
Well, yeah, they'll have to haul them back and forth if they
Yeah.
check one out.
Yeah. That's a surefire way to mess up your books, have those kids hauling them back.
Information, let's see, huh? Heavy ink, what is it?
Okay, what was I checking? I
It's a
forgot.
different,
No, I'm talking about ink,
oh.
heavy ink. Forgot what I was looking at. Oh.
Okay, so back to this plan.
We're
I think,
Monday. I think.
Monday, we're working on the computer lab, doing Edmodo, if we can get in there. Otherwise, we're just gonna do the video culture, what is it, in the room, and, with our pre-AP kids, maybe we'll have them write a 1-paragraph summary of what they watched on the bottom of that video quiz. Okay, Tuesday, we're introducing the definitions, and then I have down that we did this ABC brainstorming where they had to come up with a word, a vocabulary word that represented each letter of the alphabet, but they also did this when they watched that video. So I don't know if that's something that they can do without watching that silent video? Or we just wanna skip that all together and find something else that they can? Maybe there's something in a textbook that we can pull. This thing, remember? They took
Yeah.
notes and then they had to find a word, you know,
Well, maybe
like.
they could just, I don't think I necessarily have to have a video for that. I think they could just, they know what, they learn what culture is, and now they can just come up with things to put in there. Not necessarily that because they watched the video.
Okay, so we can talk about components that make up the cultural traits,
Yeah,
what a region is, brainstorm some kind of a word.
and if they can make it to themselves. I don't know, like, cause I have this ABC sheet. I think that's how I came up with that, where it had things like A was for art, B was for building, C was for communication, D was for dress. Like Y was for young.
Or we start, we do that what am I, cultural terms with the pictures, where they draw the picture.
Oh, the vocabulary?
No. This one here.
Well, when did we do
We'll
that?
cut pictures out, so they can draw.
Oh,
A
okay, when
picture
did
that
it,
represents like a religion that teaches that there's one God and Muhammad's
Oh,
prophet
yeah.
Islam.
oh, this is the thing we do with the video.
Yeah, and then there's ABC brainstorming. But I think and before we do that culture kit, I think we need to do the vocab.
Yeah. We'll just have to make sure that they have somewhere to go to. Well,
Could we please
they'll
have the
to-
following staff members come to the library? Mrs. McCreary, Mr. White, Ms. Boutte, Mr. Clark, Ms. Law, and Ms. Tomasello. Thank you.
So we're losing them one by one. Okay, well, we'll keep going.
Okay.
We might not have anybody left in our meeting.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, so let's put what am I on Tuesday, and then what am I, we can have that due on, last year, we didn't introduce that until after, we didn't do that, didn't have that due till when the day the culture kids were due. I don't like that.
Okay, so are we saying, okay, I'm sorry, catch up.
No, I take that back. Culture kids were due on Monday, and then we did what am I that day, and then what am I was due the next day. And then we did the material world thing.
Okay, so we're saying right now, we're gonna do Wednesday, we're gonna do the what am I?
Well, if we're not watching that video on Tuesday, then we need to bump it up.
But we can still do that ABC brainstorming sheet on Tuesday.
Okay. Okay, ABC brainstorming. And then Wednesday will be,
Or should we do maybe we should do the vocab first, so they have more idea what those terms are about. And then, cause then we could, the ABC brainstorming, that could lead into the culture kit if we have them fill it out with things that are kind of
they'll be
about
on their
them.
arms and their legs.
Cause look, if we do okay, here's something I have, the ABC thing. Okay, if we actually showed them this, what forms are typical of your culture? Buildings, what buildings want, you know what I mean, like we could give them these words, but then they apply it to themselves.
What language do people communicate?
And then with their culture kit, they could go back to the ABC brainstorming sheet.
Okay.
So maybe we
Do you
should,
need to copy this?
yeah.
Class set, maybe?
Or, I don't know what the field trip was about, I have to look back to whatever this was, but, oh, this is when you look at the.
Can we copy these now?
let's just project this,
Okay,
so that way, you know what, that'll also make sure they're working on the
so
class.
let me do 4 copies of this.
And then, we can project that. I know those went with that poster education stuff, I think is where I took that from, out of that binder.
Uh-huh.
Those ones that we use for the other stuff with where you look at the differences, you know, whatever, that poster education, where you've got the Haiti and the,
Oh, that's Material World, that's
Material
coming,
World.
that's coming.
I think that ABC, I think that's from that.
Okay.
But I think if we steered them with that, on
That
the
would make Culture
brainstorming
Kit
sheet, then they
easier.
could use their ABC sheet and pick things from there to put on their culture kit.
Okay, so they do the brainstorming on Tuesday, and then.
No, wait, I think we do the terms,
Do what am I?
the what am I? And that way they'll have all the vocabulary words, we can be sure we reinforce that. Yeah. Yeah. let's do that.
Okay.
I just have to make sure that those vocabulary words are in the book, or, that's gonna be the. Oh gosh, the books.
Well, they can still look them up
I wonder if they
on their
already,
device,
I wonder
or,
if they already threw away last year's books. No, well, not that, we didn't.
We didn't keep them? ask Carl. Okay, so you're saying that,
Maybe you can just sneak us, so these books, just, if it hasn't, just for that day, like.
okay, so back to Tuesday,
So Tuesday, what am I?
ABC brainstorming on Wednesday.
That'll take the whole time. Yeah. And then Culture Kid Thursday, Friday.
Yeah. And due on Monday. Right? You don't finish it by Friday?
Oh, it won't be Monday, Monday's a holiday, so oh crap, that means we can't give them homework probably on Friday, no? It's a holiday weekend.
Well, realistically, there's no reason that they shouldn't be able to have it done.
I don't know, but.
Okay, do
We're gonna have to
Tuesday
say, well, no,
or
Tuesday,
Wednesday.
let's say Wednesday. By Wednesday, and I'll give mine, we're gonna give them candy if they bring it Tuesday.
That'll be our major grade. When does that grading period end?
It's probably
that
Friday.
Friday, right? So we'll need that. Okay. Okay, so let me pull, I already pulled what am I already pulled a what am I modified. And then Culture Kid, do you have a new Culture Kid rubric? I have a A and a B, I think.
Did you say you had the modified cult, what am I?
Yes. Sure, yes.
Yeah, that one.
So let's see, I have Form B. Oh, this was for like the GT kids. They had to give you three examples, and then this one was 2 examples.
See, I'm sure that was it then, we.
Yeah.
I think it's the one of mine.
So this is GT. Well, we're staying very on task with our meeting. But
All our
unfortunately, we had
helpers
some circumstances beyond our control today that interfered with all of our participants. So we will be able to communicate after our meeting to them what we have discussed. That's okay, that's how it works. Flexibility.
we have to do, right?
Okay.
Or is that 25?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think that'll wrap it up today. We've done basically 2 weeks of lessons. We'll come back together, probably next week and plan out the next 2.
Communication, who's doing it?
Oh, yes, communication. We will communicate with Ms. Law and Ms. Dora when they return, catch them up to speed on all of this. Thank you for coming and
you.
participating.
Well, I'm looking forward to a really great year.
Yeah, woo-hoo, go Jags. All right.